Aloha and welcome to JABSOM. My name is Alyssa and I am a part of the JABSOM immunization staff. I will be giving you a very general introduction to what we look for in your records and for things to look out for in the following years. So, how to submit records. Immunization documents must have key identifiers such as your name and birth date. Oftentimes, we receive records as images or screenshots, which of course isn't preferred, but we understand that it may be more efficient for you to receive them this way. As long as they are clear and your identifiers are on the documentation, that is fine. Please do not assume that any immunization documentation will be sent to us directly. It is your responsibility to get your records to us. When we email reminders or contact you, please respond accordingly. Failure to respond within 3 times will result in contact with OSA. If we think that our emails may be getting into your spam folder, we will call just to ensure that you get your needed updates done on time. Communication is extremely important to us so that we can ensure you have a smooth matriculation. Here's a quick TikTok just to show you what not to do when turning in your records. We don't like bugging you guys with unnecessary emails about resending your images. So please send us PDF files if possible. All forms can be found on our website, just like the form to the left. This form is a very detailed outline helping you get all the necessary records required for matriculation. This form does not need to be submitted to us with your records, and it does not need to be signed. Serologies. All serologies need to be done within 5 years. You do need a lab order from a doctor in order to have a serology done. Your results will determine if you need to re-immunize or not. A positive result is needed, but we will get into that in the next slide. Serologies are needed for MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella, as well as varicella and Hep B. JABSOM requirements does not need a serology for tetanus, diphtheria, or polio. You only need to be re-immunized if you have any of the following results: negative, equivocal, non-reactive, non-immune, indeterminate. After all needed boosters are taken, you will then need to have a repeat serology following after. Number of boosters are determined by your doctor. Examples of what students have done in the past are as follows. The examples with the star next to them is what we recommend following to ensure a positive result. This process will not affect your matriculation as long as you communicate with us as you receive boosters. For Hep B, a qualitative result is acceptable for school purposes, but in your 3rd year, most of you will be applying to away rotations, and that AAMC Form does require a quantitative result. We will ask you for this if you don't already have one when you request our assistance in filling out the form. Every student must update their TB yearly, making sure to not pass 364 days of their last placed TB, either with a 1-step, an IGR blood test, or a TBQ if you are positive, which we'll get into in the next slide. But first, what is a 2-step TB? A 2-step is 2 1-step TBs taken 7 to 21 days apart. It is important to try to submit documentation with both placed and red dates because some students will turn in the State of Hawaii TB form that only reveals a red date. If you are positive for TB, all we need is the following documentation turned into us for matriculation. The only thing you will need to do yearly is the TBQ, the form to the right. We will often ask if you have done a recent chest x-ray, as many facilities require it before starting rotation. But this is a case-by-case basis as we don't know where you may rotate at unless you tell us. And from there, we'll make sure you complete one before starting. Live vaccines versus TB. This may be a little tricky to understand, but first, what is a live vaccine? Live vaccinations are any boosters or re-immunizations for varicella and MMR. Due to CDC recommendations, no administration of a TB test or IGR blood test is to be done until 4 to 6 weeks after any live vaccinations. Those tests, however, can be administered on the same day. Submitting a copy of your COVID vaccinations is mandatory unless you have a religious or medical exemption. You are not fully considered vaccinated until 2 weeks after your COVID vaccinations. So, we recommend waiting that 2-week period before receiving any other vaccinations. For TB, however, you need to wait 4 weeks after any COVID vaccinations to have it done. This includes an IGRA test. For your away rotations, we will gladly assist in completing your forms upon request. Please understand that processing and sign-off may take up to 7 business days. In order for us to complete your AAMC form, we need the following below. Just to ensure that we put the most updated dates on your forms, we will ask if you have done any recent TB tests or any additional boosters. HPH HOOP. For all 4 years, you are asked to input your latest immunization dates. This is where having documentation of your TB with both place and red dates becomes extremely important. First and second years are inputted in the fall, and third and fourth years in the spring. This is why we send you many email reminders on anything that you are pending. Your entire class needs to clear at the same time, as there will be given due dates. So it is very imperative for you all to communicate and work with us. Thank you so much for listening. We understand that this was a lot of information, so please feel free to contact us with any questions. We encourage you all to visit our website regularly, as it offers a ton of FAQs that answer a lot of questions that we get asked during your first year. We are very excited and eager to work with you.